then. Here we go. So hi guys, welcome to our Wednesday class. Today we're going to read a story called Maya Says No. And we're going to learn about why Maya says no and what she says no to. So if we can all look at the picture on the screen, we see Maya and it says Maya says no. And then let's look at the picture. What do we see on this picture? What do we see? What is this person here? What is Maya thinking? What does this mean?
She's like, no.
Yeah, stop or no, exactly. What do you think he's thinking about saying stop or no to? What do you see in here? Do you see anything here?
Drugs, drinking.
Yeah, so we got drinks. Remember we talked about that in our last class? Yeah, and I think we have a cigarette and some pills and some drugs. So yeah, that's probably what our story is going to be about. So maybe Maya says no to these things. Let's find out. Here we go. So here's some words to learn. Our first word is drugs. Drugs are substances that change how you act and feel. Okay. And this thing here, this is a cigarette. A cigarette is tobacco rolled in paper for smoking. Okay. And then we have this thing here. I think we all know what this is. It says is marijuana. Marijuana is also known as weed or cannabis or many other words. But usually the popular ones you'll hear are marijuana, weed, cannabis, things like that. And marijuana is a drug made of dried leaves that can be smoked or eaten in food, also called weed, pot, or grass. Okay, oh, I already said too. You can also call cannabis as well. And then the last one is prescription drugs. Prescription drugs is medicine given by the doctor, and it usually comes in a little kind of orange container with the person's name on it. And one thing with prescription drugs, you shouldn't take those unless they're given to you by a doctor. Okay. And now, things we're going to learn from this story. Okay. You have the right to decide what you put in your body. Cigarettes have nicotine in them. That's a chemical. Nicotine is a drug that changes how you feel and act. Alcohol and cigarettes are considered drugs. They can change the way you feel and act. Also, we're going to learn from this story, be confident and learn ways to say no when you don't want to try things. Okay, and just because things are there doesn't mean that you have to try them. So if all your friends are smoking, it doesn't mean you have to smoke. Okay, you have the right to say no. Okay, now let's get on to our story. Okay, here we are. Look, we look in the picture. We see a picture of Maya, and then we see a picture of a cigarette crossed out, and we see a picture of somebody lighting a cigarette. And Maya, she's thinking stop or no again. So let's look at the text here. Maya's grandmother smokes cigarettes. Cigarettes make her grandmother cough. Smoking is bad for her. Maya will say no to cigarettes. I just realized something, guys. I'm actually going to change it to this one. So, there we go. Maya's grandmother smokes cigarettes. She has been addicted to smoking for a long time. She coughs a lot and has trouble breathing. Maya does not understand why her grandmother smokes. She knows that smoking is bad for her. Maya will say no to cigarettes. So just looking at that, guys, what can Maya learn from her grandmother? Oops.
She can learn from her grandmother is not to smoke.
Yeah, and do you know why? Why should she not smoke?
Because it's bad for her.
Yeah, it says right here, she knows that smoking is bad for her. So to give you an example, guys, my father smokes. And my father is in his 80s and he knows it's bad for him, but he's addicted to nicotine. So he's found it very hard to quit. He doesn't smoke as much as he used to because he's an old man, but he's basically addicted to tobacco and nicotine. So A lot of older people still smoke. They find it hard to quit. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and here we go. Look at the picture again. Oops. Look at the picture again. This one has pictures of alcoholic drinks, and there's somebody pouring a drink. Again, Maya's saying no. At family parties, Maya's aunt drinks too much alcohol. At first, she talks loud and acts silly. Then she gets sad and cries. Maya doesn't understand why her aunt drinks so much. Maya knows that drinking too much alcohol is bad for her. She will say no to alcohol. Okay. So Gio, why do you think Maya has decided not to drink alcohol?
Because I think she's bad for her.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think she learned to say no to alcohol.
Yeah. She's decided not to drink alcohol because she thinks it's bad for her. Okay. What does she learn from her aunt, Mr. Toy?
What did she learn from her aunt?
Yeah.
Not to drink really, or drink too much, because her auntie drinks too much and her auntie acts not like her regular self.
Right. The alcohol makes her act differently. Yeah, it says right here, look, she drinks too much and then she talks loud and acts silly. That's acting different. And then she gets sad and cries. She acts different again. Yeah, when you drink too much. And the main thing, like Mr. Gio said, she will say no to alcohol. Okay, let's see our next page. Okay. Some of Maya's friends try different drugs. They talk about inhaling chemicals, smoking marijuana, and using others' prescription drugs. Some friends say they like how these drugs make them feel. Some try drugs to be liked by their friends. Maya decides not to use drugs. She knows drugs are dangerous. She will practice ways to say no. Okay, so what we just read, why do some of Maya's friends try drugs? What do you think about that, Rubiette? Why do they try drugs?
Because it makes them feel good.
Right, yeah. They like the way it makes them feel. Okay.
And some of them do it to kind of like try to be cool in front of other people, in front of their other friends.
Right, exactly. Some people do them just because everybody else is doing them. That's called peer pressure. Just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean you have to do it. Okay. There's another question here. Can trying drugs just once be harmful?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be. You don't know what effect that's going to have on you, particularly if you're taking prescription drugs that aren't prescribed to you. They could do you some serious damage. So yeah, different drugs have different effects on people. You know, they can make you forget things. They can make you They can make you really sleepy and really slow and not thinking straight. So it can be dangerous. You might walk into the street. You might do something to harm yourself. So one thing is to remember to be in control, and it is your right to say no. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next page. Oh, Maya's going to a party. Oh, look, what's somebody offering Maya here?
A beer.
A beer.
Or alcohol beverage.
And what is she doing here? What's Maya thinking? You see that little thumb? She's like this.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I don't like Bud Light. All right. Maya goes to a party at a new friend's house. Some people are drinking and smoking. A boy offers Maya a beer. She says, no thanks. Come on, it's just a beer, he says. Maya looks him in the eye and says, no, again. He can see that she means it, and he walks away. So, how does Maya avoid drinking at the party? What does she do? What does she do, Gio?
Just saying like no thanks.
Yeah, she said no thanks, and then if we look here, she said it again.
Exactly. He said again like no thanks.
Yeah,
Again.
Yeah. He was being consistent. She said no. Someone said, oh, come on, just have one. And she said no. Okay. So remember, if everybody else is drinking or smoking or doing something that you know you shouldn't really do, you can say no, and that's okay. All right, let's move on. Maya goes outside. A girl offers Maya a vape pen. Okay, and this is the vape pen. Well, what is a vape pen? Is it a pen that you can write with?
No.
No, no. So a vape pen, you're right, Mr. Toy, it's not a pen. A vape pen is what people use to smoke with. So people usually use it to smoke marijuana, or you can smoke tobacco in them as well. Either way, it's a drug and chemicals are going inside of you. That's what a vape is. So if somebody says you want a vape, they mean you want to go smoke. So Maya goes outside. A girl offers Maya a vape pen. Maya says, no thanks. The girl tries to make Maya try vaping. Maya says, no, thank you. My grandmother is addicted to smoking. I do not want that to happen to me. The girl rolls her eyes. She does not ask Maya to smoke again. Hey, now here's our question for you guys. What reason does Maya give for not smoking at the party?
Because her grandmother's addicted to smoking.
Good. Yeah, it says right here. Whoopsie daisy. It says right here, my grandmother is addicted to smoking. Yeah. And she says, I don't want that to happen to me. Okay. Does it work? Does the girl stop asking her to use the vape?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it does work. Yeah. The girl rolls her eyes. She goes, oh. She doesn't ask her again, does she? So it did work just by saying no. Okay. So let's everybody practice right now. Let's everybody practice putting their hand out and saying, no, thank you. We'll do it on 3. You
No,
ready?
thank you.
1, 2, 3. No, thank you.
No, thank
No,
you.
thank you.
No, thank you. All right, very good. Let's move on. Okay, so Maya says no again. She's saying no with 2 hands this time. She must really mean it. Okay? Right. It can be hard to say no to your friends. It can make you feel left out. It may make some friends upset with you. This feeling is called peer pressure. Peer pressure can make you do things you know are wrong, but practicing and learning ways to say no is smart. Saying no keeps you healthy, happy, and safe. Okay, so saying no keeps you healthy, happy, and safe. So what do you think, guys? Is it hard to say no to your friends?
Sometimes it can be, but you got to be mentally strong and mature, and be
Yeah.
your own person and just say no.
Yes, exactly. Good answer. Yeah, you've got to be your own person. Remember, you got to look after yourself. Okay, so it can be hard to say no, but you've got to look after yourself at sometimes. Keep healthy, keep happy, keep safe. Okay, let's move on. All right, so here's some of our tips. So we will take turns in reading this. So could you read the first one for me, please, Mr. Gio?
Yes, sir. Real friends don't make you do things you do not want to do.
Yeah. Real friends don't make you do things you don't want to do. That was hard to read. There's a lot of negatives in there. So yes, real friends won't make you do something you don't want to. Very good. Okay, Mr. Joy, can you do the next one?
It is okay to say no when something's feels wrong.
Yeah, I like that one. I think it's my favorite one. It's okay to say no when something just doesn't feel right. So no. Okay, Ms. Rubiak, can you do the next one?
Learn what drugs can do so you can make good choices.
Right, exactly. Know what drugs do to you so you know to make the right decision. Okay. Practicing and learning ways to say no is smart. So like I said, practice. Like Mr. Choi said, it's hard to do, but you've got to practice and say no, thank you. Okay. And the final one, Mr. Gio?
Is saying no keeps you healthy, happy, and safe.
Saying no helps keep, sorry, I can't even say it myself. Saying no keeps you healthy, happy, and safe. Okay, so it's okay to say no. All right, very good. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to answer some questions on what we just read. Okay, so here we go. Right, so let me move this down so you guys can see it. Right, our first one, number 1, says, Maya will say something to cigarettes. Okay, Maya will say, let's see what our choices are. Maya will say beer to cigarettes. Maya will say smart to cigarettes. Maya will say drugs to cigarettes. Maya will say safe to cigarettes. Or Maya will say no to cigarettes. What do you think there, Mr. Toy?
I think Maya would say no.
See that one?
Hmm.
No.
Good job. Yep. Maya will say no to cigarettes. Okay, this one's for you, Miss Rubiette. Number 2, using beer is bad for her. Using smart is bad for her. Using drugs is bad for her. Or using safe is bad for her.
I would say using drugs is bad for her.
Yeah, that one sounds right. Using drugs is bad for her.
Drugs.
Good. All right, number 3, Gio. This one's for you. So think back to the story. A boy tries to give Maya what? What did the boy try to give her? Do you remember? Did the
Yeah, I think a boy tried to give her a beer.
Yeah, a boy tries to give Maya a beer.
Beer.
All right, okay. Let's just say that word again.
Beer.
Okay, there it is. All right, number 4. It is smart to practice saying no, or it is safe to practice saying no. It is safe. It is. Oh, this is a tricky one.
Yeah, it is.
Is it safe? I think it is safe.
I think it's smart.
It's also smart to be safe. So
Yeah, I
I think
think
it
it's a
must be
mixture of
smart.
both.
Yeah, both type. I think it's right one.
I think I'm going to go for smart. I'm a gamble. What do you think? Should I go for this one or this one? I'll go for
Mm,
smart.
Smart.
yeah.
Yes, I got it. I got one. All right. Let's try to do this last one together. See if anybody can get it. This is really hard. Saying no, healthy, happy, and hmm,
Save.
Safe.
safe. We're all going to be safe. All right.
Safe.
Saying no keeps you healthy, happy, and safe. Good job, guys. Fantastic. All right. Let's move on. Oh, we did this one. Maya will say no to cigarettes. We know that, right? We did that. Okay.
No.
Okay. So we're going to move on now. So let's try this one here. Okay, so here we go again. Question time. Right. These are the easy questions. If you got the last ones right, these are easy. Okay, number 1. What is this story about? Is it about saying no? Is it about dancing? Or is it about fighting? What do you think, Gio? No, dancing, or fighting?
Yeah, it's a letter A, saying no.
Saying no.
Saying no.
Good job. Number 2, Mr. Choi. What is bad for Maya? Stacking cups, making friends, or using drugs? Which one's bad?
Let me think. I think C. Using drugs.
Using drugs. So stacking cups, that's not a bad thing. Making friends, not a bad thing. Using drugs, that's probably that
I
one.
think.
Using drugs.
Good job, Mr. Toy. Fantastic. All right. Are you ready, Miss Rubiette? What does a boy try to give Maya? Does he try to give her a beer, a snack, or coffee?
A. Beer.
Yeah, he tried to give her a
Beer.
beer. Good job. Right. Number 4. What is it to practice saying no? That was hard to say. Is it silly? Is it silly to practice saying no? Is it smart to practice saying no? Or is it sassy? What do you think?
Let's go. I'm gonna say
Be
it
smart.
Yeah, be smart.
Smart. Yeah, that's a smart thing to do. Yeah.
Smart.
All right. So, what is it? This is what you got to think. Okay. What is important to know about this story? A, you can't have fun without alcohol. It's not cool to say no, or saying no keeps you healthy, happy, and safe. So, which one do you think is the important one there? A, B, or C?
I would go with C.
I'm going with C.
Yeah. Oh, we got a C. Would you agree with that one, Mr. Toy?
Um, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with C.
All right, C. Mr. Toy's going to C. Let's see if you guys are right. Yay, fantastic. All right, good job, guys. I think we have one more thing to do. There's one more, and we'll go. Let's do this one. Actually, we'll do this one. Okay, so let's see. Number 6. Where are some people? This is from the story. Okay, where are some people drinking and smoking? Was it at work? Was it at school? Or was it a party? Do you
I
remember?
believe C, at a party.
Let's see, other party.
It was at a party. Okay. Number 7. What does the girl do when Maya says no to the vape pen? What did the girl do? Did she roll her eyes? Did she call the police? Or did she yell at Maya? Do you remember what she did?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
roll her eyes.
Rolled her eyes.
She rolled her eyes, yeah. If you don't remember these answers, guys, you can always rewind the video a little bit and watch it again. Okay? You'll find the answers because I go, I roll my eyes. So yeah, we're going to go with roll her in her eyes. All right, number 9. Okay, this is number 9 right here.
So number 8.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Gio. Number 8. All right, number 8. What can make you do things you know are wrong? What can make you do things you know are wrong? Okay, is it healthy food can make you do things? Peer pressure can make you do things, or new clothes?
B, peer pressure.
Yeah,
can
let
make
it
you
be
do
peer
wrong
pressure.
things.
Peer pressure,
can
yeah,
make
not
you
new
do-
clothes, don't make you do things. Yeah, peer pressure. Remember, peer pressure is when your friends put kind of pressure on you to do something you don't really want to do. Okay, that's called peer pressure. Right, number 19. Oh no, 9. Sorry, 9. Why is Zach? It just say 9. Okay.
I know.
Sorry, Zach, it's 9. Right. Why is it hard to say no to your friends? It can make you feel left out. It can make you unsafe, or it can make you feel excited. Why is it hard to say no to your friends? So what do you think there?
I would say A. It can make you feel left out.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. It's hard because you don't want to be left out. If all your friends are doing something, well, you want to be part of the group, right? You don't want to miss out. But yes, if they're doing bad things, it's okay to say no. So yes, and it can make you feel left out.
It can make you feel left out.
Good job. All right, number 10. Now, what's the one thing we learned from this story? Okay. Is it A, practicing and learning ways to say no is smart? Okay. Or is it B, you cannot have fun without alcohol? Or C, saying no, it's impossible? What do you think?
I'm
What would
gonna
you
go
vote
with
for?
A.
Yeah, letter A.
Okay, Mr. Toy and Gio's going with A. You agree, Rubia? Yeah? Give us a thumbs up.
Yes, I also agree.
All right, fantastic. So that was C, right? Saying no is impossible. Is that what you said?
That's letter A.
Oh, A. Thank you.
Practicing and learning ways to say no is smart.
All right, yes. Let's see that. Fantastic. We got it. All right. And I think that is the end of our little lesson. So hopefully from this lesson, what we've learned is that you can say no. You can say no to you can say no to peer pressure. When people try and ask you to do things, you don't have to do them. Okay, simple as that. So I want to see if you guys can just look at this really fast before we go. All right. I think these are all our questions right here. Okay. Just checking our answers. Yeah, we got them all right, look. So if we look here, Maya will say no to cigarettes. Using drugs is bad for her. A boy tries to give Maya a beer. It is smart to practice saying no. Saying no keeps you healthy, happy, and safe. Okay. The story was about saying no. What is bad for Maya? Using drugs. What does a boy try to give Maya? A beer. what is it to practice saying no? It's smart to practice saying no. And what's the important thing to know about this story? Can someone read me the answer? This is the important one.
Saying no
Saying
keeps you healthy, happy, and safe.
Yes, it does. Okay. And then here's another one. Maya does not understand why her grandmother smokes. Maya knows that drinking too much is bad for her. Some of Maya's friends try different drugs. Maya decides not to use drugs. She will practice ways to say no. Okay, then our final 4 questions we answered. Where were some of the people drinking and smoking? At a party. What does the girl do when Maya says no to the vape pen? She rolls her eyes. That was that answer. What can make you do things that you know are wrong? Can we answer that one, Mr. Toy? Number 8.
What can you do to make things wrong? Is healthy food, peer pressure, and new clothes? It's peer pressure.
Yes, peer pressure. What can you do? What can make you do things what you know are wrong? Peer pressure. Why is it hard to say no to your friends, Gio?
It's because sometimes we try to be like our friends, so it can make you feel left out.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to be left. You feel like you're going to miss out on something. And number 10, the most important thing. What is the one thing we learned from this story?
Practicing and learning ways to say no is smart.
Exactly. So be smart. Say no. It's okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. That was our Wednesday lesson, and we will all see you tomorrow. Okay. See you guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye, guys.
Guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.